Yeah, we're the Prodigy.
Hi, this is Max Graham.
Hi, this is Tom of Junkie XL.
I'm Mark from MYNC Project.
Hi, I'm Carl Cox.
Hey, we're DJs Are Alive, and you're watching us on ProfessionalRockstars.com.
Hi, this is DJ Vibe here in New York, Pasha, and you're watching the ProfessionalRockstar.com.
Hey, what's up? This is Ted E from Professional Rockstars. I'm hanging out at Pasha, New York City with DJ Vibe. What's up, man?
Hey, hi, how are you?
I'm good. How was your flight?
Flight was good. It was a short one. I came from Montreal this week, so it was a short one.
Now, is this your first time playing Pasha in New York?
Yes, that's the first time in Pasha. Yeah.
But how many Pashas have you played around the world?
3, Ibiza and Madrid, Barcelona, and now here.
Now, you've been DJing for a long time, since what, you were 15?
Yeah, kind of. Some 16 years old, I started in the clubs.
In the clubs?
In the clubs, yeah, I mean.
So then you started DJing in your bedroom when you were...
Yeah, no, the owners, the club don't even know at my age because I couldn't, get in. Only with 18 years old you can go to the club. So when I started, I was 16, but I started work with music since I don't know 11, 12 years old.
As a musician?
No, start getting in touch with records basically and listen everything because my father used to run a record stores in Lisbon, so. I'm starting to get interest for music, so I spend a lot of time on the stores, and then I start to do some parties in the school, and so these things grow up like from there.
So who found you to let you come into a club?
Actually, it was one of the customers of my father. He was a DJ in the club, and on that time it was me and another employer used to work on the record store, and he came to invite this guy to start to work in the club, but he was the one who's in charge from the store, so he can work at night and open the store every day, during the week. So I say, okay, I'm do it, and I have a word with my father and say I have this chance, so it might be they was not really happy.
Oh no?
No, it was like I was 16 years old.
Right. Well, now you're so this is in Portugal, of course.
Yes.
What kind of turntables were you using then?
No pitch. And
yeah.
I learned mix with turntables without pitch. Well, there was a Sanyo turntable, and I tried to figure out a way to bring the tempo down and the other way to bring up on between the 33 RPM and the 45. So it was like on that, like that. I start to mixing.
But now we're talking 1983, right? Roughly
no. 80 something. 80,
oh, earlier.
82, yeah. 82.
So, and were you playing disco or freestyle?
No, on that time like pop, some Portuguese music too, pop rock, reggae, a little bit everything, That
Okay.
was my, I started to listen to everything. So.
But now I don't think our listeners are going to really understand because all the music back then was live.
Yes.
Which means
more difficult to mix.
To mix,
yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
But I used to mix.
Yeah.
I mixed it from from the pop, rock, some disco, and to reggae. I was like that, up and down, and tried to mix.
So let's explain to the listeners the difference between using all of those live records and the way computers and technology has made it so everybody can beat match like that.
Well, for me, the shock I got, it was when I started to work on the real club, which is like 2 years or 3 years later, because on the clubs they have the turntables with the pitch, like the first techniques with the lights, with the pitch. So when I get in the club, to do a test, if checking if I'm okay to work there or not, I did a test. So for me it was easy, you know, have this button push the tempo up and down. It was like is completely easy. So I did it a whole night, and for me it was like the most, as I said before, shock with the impossible way to mixing to the most easy way to mixing with the turntables. So on these days, with this technology, you know, I find as a challenger for me to play, because I try to push more from the records, you know, created more live, because on those days it was impossible to do it. So that's the way I see today the technology for the DJ.